Number 102 Yorkville is a significant address for a number of reasons. First of all, it was the main floor was a club called the Night Owl, and it was run by a character by the name of Harry Feingold, I should say, and it would have rock bands typically playing every night on the main floor there on a stage. I like to think that the Night Owl was more significant because upstairs there was an apartment, and it was rented by a lady, a folk singer by the name of Vicky Taylor. And Vicky Taylor was sort of like the den mother of Yorkville. She would, along with playing her own songs on some of the stages in Yorkville, she had a reputation for offering a place to stay, basically, for traveling musicians, for anyone who was in need of a bed. So hers was a crash pad, as they called it in the day. And Vicky Taylor's apartment there on the second floor, on one very memorable night in early 1966, was where Neil Young was staying. And Neil Young was at that point, he had unsuccessfully attempted a folk music career in Yorkville. He couldn't really get a paid gig in Yorkville. So he had decided he was going to go to California and seek his fortune in California. And on this particular night, he crossed paths with John Kay, who was the leader of a band called the Sparrows. And the Sparrows, of course, also flew south, and they became famous as Steppenwolf. But John Kay and Vicky Taylor told me that there was this one night, the night before Neil Young left for California, John Kay arrived, and Vicky said, well, you're welcome to stay here. And John Kay and Neil Young sat up till about 3 in the morning jamming in that room upstairs there. The very next morning, Neil Young had a hearse parked on this side of Avenue Road, just a little further up, outside a jazz club called The Cellar. And Neil Young had issued this sort of call to everyone in Yorkville, basically, who wants to come with me to California? All you need to do is help pay for the gas. Well, 5 people showed up, and Neil set off in this hearse from this location, and he headed west to California. And of course, I think many of you know that he had great success. The rest is history, really. He formed Buffalo Springfield, and he didn't look back.